Does Odell deserve this big contract, all the money?
Definitely. You know, I feel like, you know, what they're doing is they're paying the man that's going to be the face of the franchise. They're paying the guy that has produced, you know, in the years that he has been in there when he was healthy. And, you know, right now they're paying him on what they expect him to do in the future. So I definitely feel like, you know, his contract is definitely worth what they gave him. You know, some situations where he may not have acted right and on the sidelines in games, but that's just the competitive nature of him. You know, some celebrations that might have been a little out of hand, but you know, that's just you know, him being excited about what he's doing.
How about that video that got posted in that Paris hotel room?
I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was.
Cosmetics.
Yeah.
That was she was a cosmetic Instagram model. That's
Makeup.
my story. Yeah, makeup.
Is that a job? Cosmetics, Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah. All kinds
That's
of
real.
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
He's
Okay.
Good look, it was.
I agree with you. And people always ask that question. I'm sure you got, is he such and such? I was like, you're worth what someone's willing to pay.
Definitely.
And you look at his production, his first 3 seasons that he was healthy, 90-plus catches, 1,300-plus yards, at least 10 touchdowns in all 3 years. We had never seen production like that in a very long time. One of the few. The fastest guy to 200 catches in NFL history. So we know he has the production. Question is now, is he going to mature? As you said, James was saying, is he going to now temper the way he behaves on the field? That would happen, and it hadn't happened since, so I have no reason to believe that it will happen again. That would happen with Josh Norman. I believe that was a one-off. That won't happen again. He shouldn't get upset if he doesn't catch the ball. You know, look, we all want to catch the ball. I'm sure when they drop you in coverage, you're like, man, look here. Yeah. Let me go get the quarterback. I don't need to be trying to run up no seam with no tight end or go in no curl to flat.
Definitely.
Let me get to the quarterback. But guess what? You probably thought about it, say, you know what? My check's going to look the same whether I get a sack or a deflected pass. So y'all do what y'all need to do. Y'all know what I'm better served at. They know what Odell can do. And it's best if they let him be the first or second option on all the plays. But he can't behave like he has in the past. It's time for him to mature. We can't keep saying, man, you know Odell's just 22. Man, Odell's just 23 years old. It's time for Odell to be the leader that the Giants are paying him, that they believe he can be. It's time for him to step up to the plate. I believe he will, and I definitely believe he's worth that money.
So now we have two great ex-players, defending a current player who has put up some really big numbers. And the typical response I always get from ex-players is he should get paid, because you want to see your younger brothers get paid, because you're all fighting the man, you're fighting the system, and he got his money. And I get you. In a vacuum, he's put up extraordinary numbers, but he's also needed a vacuum cleaner to clean up all the messes that he has made, sometimes on the sideline, sometimes on the field, and sometimes in a Paris hotel room. So, could we just see that video one more time? Because I get a kick out of that. Could we just see the Paris hotel
video?
room? I just want to see it
That's
one more time.
pepperoni pizza.
You know, I just want to see what it looks like. There's pizza, there's something. Wait, there's a credit card. There's this thick brown
He had to pay for the
cigarette.
pizza,
I don't
credit
know
card.
what that is. I don't know what
That's a Cuban cigar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cuban cigar.
That's one of them Mojibos, one of them big ones.
Was
Right,
it?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's saying something to her about sleeping with somebody else. I don't know what's going on.
Everybody got to sleep.
That's the face of the franchise. And that only happened 5 months ago, just 5 months ago. And so then what happened? Reportedly, the Giants were so upset, they put Odell Beckham Jr. on the trading block. They shopped him to see if they could get anybody to bite on 2 first rounds. They wanted 2 first rounders back. And ESPN, the magazine, has just reported that one team was interested enough that it assigned a private investigator to track Odell and make sure whether he could live up to a big contract off the field. And I don't know what became of that, but nothing became of any trade offers because nobody offered 2 first-round picks.
Correct.
So it feels to me like the Giants got stuck in that damned if you do or damned if you don't situation where if you don't pay him, you're going to miss him because he is really good.
Right.
He is really explosive. But if you do pay him, that just happened. And now they just gave $65 million guaranteed to that guy who was in that video in that Paris hotel room. And we don't have time to go back through all the other incidents that you mentioned, the Josh Norman, the kicking net, the boat trip in which he prepared for his first and only playoff game in Lambeau Field by taking the receivers for a Monday in South Beach. And he was pictured on a yacht with Trey Songz and others. basking in the South Beach sun to get ready for a game up on the frozen tundra. It's just not a good
I feel
look.
like they
right?
weighed all that out,
All right.
and they came
okay.
to the
and
conclusion.
they said, what do we have here? We have box office, because Odell is the biggest. He is face of the franchise.
No question.
He's rivaling. I don't know. We went back and forth the other day about Aaron Judge. You know, like, is it Aaron Judge or Odell, the biggest star in New York? I don't know. Maybe it's Odell. It's close. But
I would have to give it to Odell.
I would too, because he's bigger than Eli. There was a point when Eli was bigger, but no longer. So Odell, he's better pre-game box office than in-game box office, because he puts on a show. I don't know if you've watched it before the game, circus catches and the warm-ups. People are going early just to see Odell. So he is selling tickets, so to speak.
But he's
just
doing
on his
those same
pregame.
type of catches in the game.
He's
He's producing.
But
He's
can
doing
he,
everything
can
that
he
is
stay
guaranteed in
healthy?
that
No,
contract
the
he
Hall of
got.
Famer Shannon Sharp said early in this show, he's a little frail. He's a little fragile. Well,
Man broke an
okay.
ankle. He's not fragile.
well,
what he did is he
well, I
came
don't
back
know.
too
He's
early
broken
trying to
some
prove
other
a point, and his ankle wasn't all the way right, and it ended up being an even worse situation.
Can you trust his health going forward? Is he a big, strong Shannon Sharp of a receiver?
No, but he doesn't have. That's not his game. His game is not predicated on that. His game is predicated on speed and quickness and athleticism.
Okay.
He's what, 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. This is a
Maybe.
very.
He doesn't even
This
look
is a very.
190 to me
listen,
now.
Anytime a man runs into another man at a very high rate of speed, there's a chance something can happen. But Skip, we've seen guys that have done things way, way worse than Odell Beckham get their money. If that's the least that Odell has done, his behavior on the sideline or getting into it. Now look, that's not a good look for what transpired, but I believe that's a thing of the past. I don't believe that's a one-off.
Guess what just happened?
What?
Odell came to OTAs on his best behavior. He came to training camp right on time on his best behavior. And he got 5 years, $90 million, and now you've paid him, and I think you're going to pay for that. I don't think he can live up to it. Is he going to suddenly flip a switch and turn into the leader of the New York Football Giants?
He doesn't have to be the leader, but he can be a leader.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's going to be
Something he
the
can grow
leader?
into.
Hey, we'll see.
see.
Landon Collins.
Eli?
Well, Eli's always going to be there because he has the senior. He's
Been
the
there a
quarterback.
while. He got Super Bowls.
Right, and he's been there for the
He
longest.
says what? To whom?
Well, he
About
leads
what?
by example.
He leads by example.
You
He
don't
didn't have
need
much
talk.
to say about
Just go out
anything.
there and show. I wasn't a vocal leader.
You were, when it was time.
Well, when it got to a
when you
situation
spoke,
where I
they
needed to
listened,
talk, yeah,
right?
But I didn't talk that often.
Okay.
So I did a lot of mine just by example. Watch me.
So I like the other quote in the ESPN, the magazine story from the former coach Ben McAdoo about the catch, the greatest catch in the history of the world when he was a rookie against my Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, a game that, by the way, the Giants lost. If we could see that catch of catches. And Ben McAdoo said that was the worst thing that happened to Odell, was that catch. Because once you do that, all bets are off. You have become the biggest celebrity, sports celebrity in New York City, in the Big Apple. And pretty soon he had a home in Hollywood, and pretty soon he's touring with Drake, and pretty soon he's more of a celebrity than a football player. And again, the numbers are the numbers. The talent is undeniable. But are you going to trust him now that you give him $65 million guaranteed?
Obviously, they do trust him.
Well,
That's why they gave it to him.
I think they were, like I said, they were stuck. Like, well, we can't trade him for what we think he's
don't
worth.
get stuck and give somebody 65
Well, I don't
million
know. I think they're
guaranteed.
stuck.
Come on.
They're
Well, who you
stuck.
want to travel? I mean, you all upset about Odell traveling with Drake. Who you want to travel with? Barbara Streisand? Who you want to travel with?
I don't travel.
Tom Jones?
I work.
You want to go with Tom Jones?
Somebody
I don't
you
wanna
would
go
love
with
to hang out with.
Usual.
Is that all you
Never
got?
travel anywhere?
Well, who you want to travel with?
I don't want to travel. I don't travel. I work. I do this job.
Odell.
That's a bad analogy. It doesn't work. I don't want to travel with
There's nobody you want to hang out with, have a good time
Nope.
with. You don't have no.
No one?
I am obsessed with this
singers.
because I win every debate and I back both of you guys into a corner. They gave
No,
that guy
you ain't back into the
$65
corner.
million.
When he goes out there and performs
do
and
you
starts to
realize-
be that leader that everybody
James
thinks
Harrison,
he can
James
be in that
Harrison,
organization,
do you
what
realize
gonna
what
say then?
usually happens? When you give a
Usually.
guy who has this kind of misbehavior in his background, when you suddenly guarantee him the most money anybody at his position has ever been guaranteed, do you think that suddenly flips a switch in the back of his
Sometimes.
mind? I just grew up. I'm going to become the leader of the football.
It's not going to happen in one
Really?
day, but I
No.
believe he could do it over time.
Let me ask you a
What's
question.
history tell you?
Let me ask you a question. What you think about Von Miller now?
Well,
What was his past like?
Ooh, come on.
Super Bowl MVP.
Let's go.
He's a top 5 player.
Was he a celebrity?
He be right next to Odell. Do you follow him on Instagram?
He became a mature leader of that team long before he became that guy. He grew up early. He grew up after his first couple of years in Denver.
You know he got suspended.
He was going down the wrong road.
Right, and not only did he change, he got up out of the program. He no longer gets tested 10 times a month. He became the leader. They gave him almost $100 million. Von Miller has the seal.
But they gave him after he had matured. They did. Yeah. They did. John Elway wasn't going to do that when he was the bad Von.
The thing was, Skip, that he was young. He was still in that rookie contract. But I'm sure John had some reservations, but he showed him. I believe. Just watch Odell won't be any problem.
Okay.
He's just gonna bust the Cowboys up like he normally does, and you see what happens.
Okay. 5 months ago was that video in that hotel room.
A lot of things have happened in 5 months. Man ordered a pizza. People can't even order pizza no more.
That's it.
That's why
you get a guy to grow up.
That's why I stopped eating pizza.
Yeah, I know. Get him to grow up. Just give him $65 million guaranteed. That's it. It's
they
over.
see the pizza delivery, man, they're going to think something shady going on at O'Shea's house.
So you know what's going to happen long term? The Giants will pay for this contract.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, they will. You know how they're going to pay? With division titles.
Just remember I said this.
Okay.
I said it.
Division titles.
Division titles?
Division.
This year?
No, they don't. Skip, he had a 5-year deal extension.
Oh.
So within that time frame, they're going to win.